Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Satgurum Pranatosmyaham. After enjoying the bliss of the Brahma Swarupa, will anyone go after the worldly pleasure? He will not. How? After beholding the moon in the sky and enjoying the beauty of the full moon, will anybody wants to go and watch the moon in the picture inside his room? Never ever. You cannot compare. So, therefore, this Mahatma, his mind is always settled in his own self. It is not going out anymore. Now, moving on to the verse 524. Asat padartha anubhavena kinchit nahyasti truptir nacha dukkha hani truptir nacha dukkha hanihi tadvadvayananda rasanubhutya triptas sukham tishta sadhatmanishtaya. Asat padartha anubhavena kinchit nahyasti truptir nacha dukkha hanihi tadvad ayananda rasanubhutya triptas sukham tishta sadhatmanishtaya. Asat padartha anubhavena. See, the sense objects, the worldly objects are called asat padartha, unreal. Why? From the higher standpoint, it is only imagined in the self. So it is called asat padartha anubhavena. By enjoying that, kinchit nahi asti triptihi, one is not satisfied. That is why we are wanting it again and again, going after it again and again. If we had, got that tripti, then we would not have gone again. It is very evident that there is no tripti, nahi asti triptihi, na dukkha hanihi, and the sorrows are not removed. And more you indulge and more you are in the world, more the mind is agitated and confused, and more sorrow only, more dukkha, more miseries only. That is why it is called dukkhalayam ashashvatam. The samsara is called dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Tad advayananda rasanubhutya. On the other hand, if you enjoy the bliss of that non-dual self, advayananda, that Atma, the self, if you drink the nectar of that bliss, then what happens? Triptaha sukham tishta sadhatmanishtaya. By always abiding in the self, triptaha, you become satisfied, totally fulfilled, and sukham tishta, you remain always blissful, happy. Therefore, now you choose what you want. See? The infinite alone can satisfy us. The finite can never satisfy us. Because what we are seeking is only the infinite. Because that is our self. Howsoever you indulge in infinite, it cannot add up to infinite. So therefore, only the infinite can satisfy us. Sooner we realize this, better it is for us. See, the finite can give some kick, some thrill, cheap thrills. It can give some sort of sense tickling of senses. But beyond that, it is nothing. And it keeps us always in this samsara, janana marana dukkha. So if you are wise, if we are wise, then we educate our mind, telling what do you want. Whether you want this arpa, sukha, which is anyway not fulfilling and also will not remove the sorrows of this samsara. Or you want this atmanishta, by which you enjoy the bliss of the Paramatma, which is really fulfilling. And after which you don't seek anything else. You are satisfied. Triptaha. Santushti. You are so satisfied. Sukham tishta. And you remain blissful always. So this is the state which we all seek actually. Therefore, we have to abide by ourselves to remain here and enjoy the bliss. See, though I say enjoy the bliss, there is nobody as such to enjoy the bliss. There is bliss which is enjoyed by itself in so long. It makes no meaning. But what else to say? See, the words fail, and the concepts, they collapse, whatever you talk about it. So the best thing is we have to go beyond the mind and abide and find out what it is. So therefore, Sukham Tishtha, may you be happy by abiding in the self. That is the way out. Swameva sarvata pashyan manyamanaswamadvayam swanandamanubunjanaha kalam naya mahamate swameva sarvata pashyan manyamanaswamadvayam swanandamanubunjanaha kalam naya mahamate. Now, how you have to spend your time? Hey Mahamate, O intelligent one, Mahamate. So kalam naya, pass your time. How? Swameva sarvata pashyan, meaning always seeing oneself. Manyamanaha swam advayam, always contemplating, remembering that non-dual self, one without the second, advayam. Manyamanaha means contemplating or remembering or abiding, whatever. Manyamanaha swam advayam, swa anandam anubunjanaha, and then enjoying the bliss of the Paramatma. Kalam naya, he Mahatmane, he Mahamate. So you pass your time. So now how do we pass our time? By browsing in the net always. Instead of that, you see yourself and contemplate always on the self and enjoy the bliss of the self. What else to be done afterwards? So okay, realize. Now what to be done? I don't know what to do now. Meaning, you abide in yourself always. See, that is why our Acharya said, if you feel bored, then you are not understanding anything about the self. There is nobody to get bored. There is bliss absolute. And that is something else. So therefore, just to be there. And this Mahatma becomes the light for others to follow. So just by his presence, he purifies the world or whatever. So therefore, you just remain in yourself, enjoying the bliss of yourself. That is all needs to be done. Kalam naya. Kalam naya means pass your time. Mahamate, O intelligent one. So according to him, there is no object. There are no objects to indulge in. According to him, there is no vasana pressure from within to go out and do something or enjoy. So therefore, he is settled in his own self and enjoying the bliss of his self. But when the vasanas are there, it is not possible to abide there. Somehow or other you will be pushed out. And you justify it by saying this and that. This is the problem. You justify it. No, 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 it is all okay. It has to be like this only. In the name of service, in the name of this, in the name of duties, something you justify and always want to go out, not want to remain in the self. See, Guru Seva, in the name of Guru Seva, you want to go out. Or in the name of social service, or in the name of enlightening the whole world. Now, take free distribution of jnana. So, yena kena prakarena, you go out, but we have to remain in the heart. So, kalam naya mahatma. See, once when you gain that abidance firmly, then whatever the hands and legs, when they do anything, it doesn't matter to you. You are there firmly rooted. Like the great saints of the yore. They were in the world for Loka Kalyana. But still, they are beyond. So, they have gone beyond. That is possible. But there is an intermediate stage where you need to really abide. Ulle pelattukkol nu solrar Yoga Swami. Ulle pelattukkol. You have to become firm and strong within the abidance. Otherwise, when you go out again and again, everything is diluted again and again. You make it happen and then it is diluted. So you don't gain that firm abidance. The pakwa sthiti will not happen. So at least for some time, one has to really remain and gain that firm abidance without any distraction, without anything else. That is very much essential. That is what I feel. Very essential. Akanda bodhatmani nirvikalpe vikalpanam vyomni pura prakalpanam tadadvayanandamayatmana sada Shantim parametya bhajasva maunam Akhanda bodhatmani nirvikalpe Vikalpanam vyomni pura prakalpanam Tadadvayanandamayatmana sada Shantim parametya bhajasva maunam Akhanda bodha atmani. In the self which is akhanda bodha, which is unbroken consciousness. Nirvikalpe, where there is no scope for any imagination of the experiencer and experienced. Nirvikalpe, vikalpanam. The imagination is like what? Vyomni pura prakalpanam. Like building a city in the sky. To have sankalpa or vikalpa in the self is impossible. Why? It is nirvikalpa. There is no room, no scope for any vikalpanam, any imagination. Suppose if you say, even after abiding in the self, there are sankalpa vikalpas, then it means what? It is as if building the city in the sky. Vyomni means in the sky. Pura means a city. Prakalpanam, as if you are imagining a city. See, sometimes when you watch the sky, the clouds would be moving. And you can imagine so many things there. Is it there? It's not there. But sometimes it may appear to be. Is that not so? And the children are very good in imagination. They can see so many wonderful things. The elephant, this, that, they may see. So in the self, if at all you are imagining something, it is just an imagination. Nothing more than that. In fact, imagination is not possible. In the pure self, imagination is not possible. Tad advayanandam. Tad advaya anandamayatmana. So by abiding in that non-dual, blissful self, sada, always, shantim parametya, may you attain total peace. And bhajasva maunam, may you become totally silent. Maunam bhajasva. So when you abide in the self always, when the mind is not moving out, because there is nothing to seek in the world outside or seek within, then the mind attains to the supreme peace. And then maunam bhajasva, remain there in that total quietude, remain there. Maunam bhajasva. Why? Once again, why should you disturb yourself? Kinchitapi na chintayet. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. Atma samstam manakritva. Having placed the mind in the Atma, the self. Kinchitapi na chintayet. Don't ever disturb it again by initiating new thoughts. Maunam bhajasva. May you remain silent, totally silent. Depending only on the Lord for your sustenance, whatever. A sadhu sannyasi should never ever think about his day-to-day sustenance. Then that would become a big obstacle. Why? Then he will go on wanting to accumulate, hoard, then a place, then this, that, everything. So don't worry about that. The Lord will provide you. Your business is only to abide in the self. Maunam bhajasva. May you become totally silent. See, in Tiruvannamalai also, there is food security actually. Wherever you go, there they give food. Meaning, Narayana Seva, means Annadhanam is happening every day. Similarly, you go to other places like Kashi or Rishikesh, Himalayas, Bhandar they say. Somewhere or other, food you get. Minimum, for minimum sustenance you get. Not for any other, bhoga. For minimum sustenance. But nowadays they get for bhoga also. Like, like what we got today morning. Shastriji gave us jangiri and all. Bhandar means everything. Laddu, jangiri, this, that. But every day if you eat like that, you will fall sick. But the basic needs are taken care by Bhagavan. Somehow in this Bharata Desha still, the dharma is. So now it is your business only to think about him. So focus your attention on the self. And then become totally quiet. Don't initiate any further thoughts. Remain there as the pure self. So when the student has come and reported to the teacher that this is my experience, teacher says, wonderful, but may you abide in that experience. Once again, do not initiate any other further thoughts. See what happens, the student, once when he gets some glimpses of truth, he becomes so carried away. And then he starts teaching or starts these kind of, some sort of pravachana or in building institutions, something like that. And then he is lost totally. That should not happen. When you get it, you have to abide and then you have to strengthen within. You have to go within deeply. Gain firm abidance. If not, once again you are tossed into samsara only. So therefore, very clear it is, Shantim Param Aitya, having attained to that peace, Maunam Bhajasva, remain quiet. Don't initiate anything. See, when we were serving Chinmaya Mission Sri Lanka, actually we were building a huge temple for Hanumanji at Ramboda. So always, whenever you start a project, there will be differences of opinion. Some people may be saying this way, that way and all. So once when Guruji came, our Swami Tejamanji came, and we were talking to him very personally. Swamiji, people want to make it as a sort of a commercial center, but we want to make it as a very quiet place, this, that, all those discussions. You know what Swamiji said? He said one thing very beautiful. He said, a wise person will not start anything. He said, a wise person will not start anything. If you have started, go along with the current. Now what you can do? It is a ichcha, Bhagavan's ichcha, what anybody can do. Just go with it, he was saying. See, it's all words of wisdom actually. Don't go on fighting or go on, quarreling or confronting. See, a wise person should not start anything. If you have started, go with it. Don't go on, confronting. Then you will disturb your peace and the harmony around. Go with it, he was saying. So therefore, a wise person should not start anything. If he has started, he should not go on, struggling. Okay, go along with it. See, Bhagavan never ever started an ashram. Please understand, this Ramana ashram, people say, Bhagavan never started. See, he was in the Skandashrama. And after his mother passing away, the mother's body was brought down to give Bhu Samadhi. Because in Arunachala, in the hill, nobody should be buried, or means Bhu Samadhi should not be given. So they brought the body down and they were giving that Samadhi to the mother. And then Bhagavan came down one day and he sat there. Why? He felt some very elderly devotees were not able to climb up to Skandashram. He was very compassionate that way. See, he was able at that time. But some very senior devotees like Ammas, like this Echama Party or whatever, I don't know much. But he, out of compassion, he stayed back. And during his days, he was very, very minimum, everything, small, thatched hut. And very, very minimum. If you see the old photos, it would be very nice actually. That guest house for the gentleman one, very small one. That was the earlier, the Adi, it's a guest house. And Bhojanashala, of course, for cooking and eating. And then a small office might be. And he never even wanted Goshala, it seems. And later he was thrusted upon. So like that, he never wanted anything. He was abiding. And everything happened. See, you cannot stop sometimes the flow of the events and happenings. You cannot stop. Even if you stop, it is also avidya only, ajnana only. Fighting against, so that is ego once again. So sometimes it happens. So you go along with it. But you should not, with your sankalpa, initiate anything new. Because then you get caught. Endlessly you get caught. And same thing again and again. You think, oh, everybody is benefiting, blah, 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 blah. Yes, few people may benefit. But at what cost? At what cost? You are compromising your everything. See, there are people in the world to do everything. The government is there, NGOs are there, other great workers are there. They are doing things like building hospitals, building temples, building schools. But as a sadhu sannyasi, your business is what? To abide in the self. And if at all anybody approaches you, yes, to share whatever you know. But other than that, to go on into this world and expand and create samrajyam and all. Okay, some people are born for that. That's a different issue. Like Swami Chinmayanji, Vivekananda, born for that. Maybe they are exceptions, I suppose so. But for any other seeker, ordinary seeker, it is said, Maunam bhajasva, remain quiet. And abide in the self more and more. And once when you gain that abidance, then you need not think anything. Whatever has to happen will happen. You need not think about anything. So that is the instruction given here. Moving on. Tushnim avastha paramopashantihi buddhera satkalpa vikalpa hetoho Brahmatmana Brahmavido Mahatmanaha Yatra Dvayananda Sukham Nirantaram Tushneemavastha Paramopashantihi Buddhera Satkalpa Vikalpa Hetoho Brahmatmana Brahmavido Mahatmanaha Yatra Dvayananda Sukham Nirantaram Buddhehe, this buddhi, asat kalpa vikalpa hetoho. This is the cause for the imagination about the unreal objects. Is that not so? In the Vijnanamaya Kosha only, the self gets reflected as Chitchaya, and then all the experience starts, experiencing the world outside. The world starts, experiencing the world starts. So this buddhi, hetoho, is cause for asat kalpa vikalpana. Asat kalpa vikalpa. For the false sankalpa vikalpa, meaning imaginations. So, tushnim avastha paramopashantihi, when you remain quiet in that maunam, tushnim avastha means in maunam, in the total silence, then this buddhi and all its vrittis, parama upashantihi, they become so quiet, they settle down, so quiet. So when you initiate thoughts again and again, by talking or by chattering within, then the mind is always, the buddhi is always active and always indulging in some sort of, sankalpa vikalpas. So, to quieten the mind, to quieten the buddhi, what you should do? You should go into mauna. Don't react to the world outside, don't talk with yourself. That's what Acharya says. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. With respect to the world. With yourself, do not chumma go on talking with yourself. That is maunam. When you keep quiet, then what happens? The buddhi and its vrittis and all the sankalpa vikalpas, they slowly settle down. And what happens? Everything is done. Brahmavidaha Mahatmanaha, this knower of Brahman, this Mahatman, Brahmatmana, by identifying himself with the Brahma Tattva and remaining there, Yatra Advaya Ananda Sukham Nirantaram, he is enjoying the bliss ever Nirantaram of this Advaya, of this non-dual self. So, by keeping quiet in perfect silence, he has conquered all the buddhi vrittis. Chitta vritti nirodha happens automatically. And then he is enjoying the bliss of his own self. Instead, if he initiates new thoughts, then he gets caught in the whirlpool of samsara only again. So let him not initiate any new thoughts. Let him abide in his own self. So this is the instruction given to the student who has expressed this experience. Don't initiate further any new thoughts. The Maya is so powerful. It will, suggest to you so many things. And you fall for it. Yes, right, good. Yes, good. Like that you go on and you get caught in this whirlpool. Don't ever compare with a big Mahatma. Don't ever compare yourself with any big Mahatmas. There may be some very special exceptions. They must have finished everything in their previous Janmas. This is the instruction given. This we have to follow. Then you should ask, that Mahatma has lived that way. That is none of your business. This is the instruction given to you. Vanda Velei Kavani. Vanda Velei Gavani means what? You mind the business for what you have come here. See, that is what we have written in the tire, in the entrance. Vandavele Kavani. Mind your business for what you have come. Don't unnecessarily involve yourself with anything else. What for you have come? To study the scripture and to contemplate. That you do. The other things will be taken care. When you are given a specific job, then do it. With wholeheartedly you do it. But if it is not, you should be happy. So I can contemplate now. No? That is how we have to live here. Nasti nirvasanan maunat param sukha kruduttamam Vijñāt Atma Swarūpasya Swanandarasapayinaha Nasti nirvasanan maunāt Param sukha kruduttamam Vijñāt Atma Swarūpasya Swanandarasapayinaha Vijñāta Atma Swarūpasya, having realized one's own true nature, one's own true self. Swananda Rasapayinaha. What rasa he is drinking now? Swananda Rasapayinaha. One who is drinking the bliss of his own self. Swananda Rasapayinaha. Not Coke Rasapayinaha. Swananda Rasapayinaha. He is drinking the bliss of his own self. For him, for such a seeker, for such a wise one, nasti nirvasanan maunat param sukakrid uttamam. There is nothing like maunam. Nirvasanan maunam means there is no vasana within to push him outside. His mind is full, his mind is very pure now. Nirvasanan maunat. More than that, more than this mauna, nirvasanan maunat, param sukakrid uttamam nasti. There is nothing which can give him more happiness to him. See, this maunam ultimately can only give him more and more joy and bliss, not anything else. Why? It is nirvasana now. See, if you have a lot of vasanas and if you try to forcefully remain in mauna, it will not work. It will not work. See, once what happened when we were studying in the ashram, one brahmachari developed severe headache. And it continued for 2, 3, 4 days. And he was not able to handle it. Then he approached Acharyaji and said, Swamiji, he asked him, what are you doing? He said, I am trying to just remain in silence. Swami said, don't do that now. Now you don't attend classes for next 2, 3 days. You go away, you go out wherever you want, you relax yourself. See, don't worry about Brahma Jnana, this Atma Jnana, anything. Don't worry about meditation. You relax. You eat, you sleep. He said, even if you want, you watch something, some sort of something, hasyam, something you watch, relax. And then he explained, you know what happened now? See, he said a very beautiful thing. Sometimes a dhoti, there may be a sort of thread coming out. If you remove that thread, what happens to dhoti? It will be crumbled like. Because forcefully you are removing that thread. And the dhoti crumbles. Like that, you are now under so much of pressure because of remaining in mauna. And everything has become tight within your brain, within yourself. It has become some very tight. So therefore relax now. Actually he did it for 2, 3 days and he was relieved of his headache. Why? Without knowing the knack, without knowing forcefully when there are so much of vasanas already. So therefore you should not, see, the fruit should ripen by itself. You should not hit. That should not happen actually. So that is why Karma Yoga is suggested initially. If you are so much full of vasanas, slowly and steadily you have to purify yourself by Karma Yoga, it is said. And Bhakti Yoga and all those things are given. See, if you are not fit, straight away if you say, I am going to remain in Shunya Pada, then what happens? You will develop severe headache. It is not possible somehow. But gradually, with awareness, with more and more understanding, clarity, if you approach, and then slowly when you gain this avoidance, then you glide into it. Without effort, you glide into it. It will be susukam. If not, it will be dukkham only, dukkhaharam. So therefore, nirvasanan maunat, when you don't have vasana pressure from within, and then when you remain in mauna, there is nothing like that. For that advanced seeker, nothing else can give you more joy than mauna. Somebody was asking, Swamiji, please share your experience of mauna. I was not in mauna actually. I was not talking, that's all. It is not maunam. But I was writing to people notes, page after page. It is not mauna. Mauna means total silence within. But with that vak mauna, the mind will settle down. Yes, and you conserve a lot of energy. And you very energized to sit for Atma Vichara and all. Definitely, no distraction, not of much distraction. Especially I have taken a vow of not going out anywhere except my room and Bhagavan's ashram and going around the hill. And eating only once, not touching money. Certain niyamas, you know. So, no distraction, not studying anything. I took a vow of no books in my room, not even a single book, not to study anything. Enough. So, no study. But Parayana time I go and sometimes chant there, because that was giving me a lot of Urmari, soothing effect.
Chant or stand?
Chant.
Chant.
Not very loudly, but I chant. So apart from that, no studying of any books. So like that, only keeping quiet and whatever vichara you do. So that gives you lot of strength to dive deep within. And you gain lot of insights into Atma Vichara, into everything. So therefore Maunam is very, very beautiful. But you should be ready for it. Not too much push yourself. See, you should not go to extremes anytime. Moderation is sattva. Extremism is rajas. Sometimes people want attention, so they go into extremes. No, we should not seek attention. Ego, you know, it plays all the tricks. You want to be respected as a great seeker. Why? The ego you have to kill, but you want to be respected as a great seeker in the town. So he will not talk with anybody. He minds his own business. He is a very advanced seeker. We are very glad to hear that. Good. See, the mind, I tell you. So there is nothing like mauna. Na asti nirvasanan maunat param sukhagrid uttamam. That is the thing, mauna. There is nothing more than mauna which can give you happiness. Maunam kalaham nasti. Kalaham means what? Jagda. So if you are quiet, there is no quarrel. There is no sort of fighting anywhere. Maunam kalaham na. You want to ask something?
What did you lose from me?
What did you? Lose. What did you lose? Weight. Some weight. Really. I lost some weight actually. Because eating only once and going around the hill every day, I lost some weight. That is the only thing I lost. I will show some pictures. You will not recognize me. Very, very lean and very handsome. No, really.
You are very handsome today.
Okay. Okay.
We see a mass of bliss.
Okay. Thank you. So So the weight I lost. Yes, Advaya, what is that? So there is nothing more, fulfilling than mauna, because it gives us a lot of ananda. And then, see the next verse. Gachan tishtan upavishan Shayano vanyatapi va Yatechaya vased vidwan Atma ramas sadha munihi Gachan tishtan upavishan Shayano vanyatapi va Yatechaya vased vidwan Atma ramas sadha munihi. Vidwan, this wise one, Atma Ramaha, one who is reveling in his own self, not seeking anything in the world outside, Atma Ramaha, he is reveling in his own self. And Atma Santushtaha, he is so contented within himself. This Munihi, this Mananashilavan, Gachan, sometimes he may be walking, Tishtan, sometimes he may be standing. What happened? Why he is standing? For no reason. Why are you working in the world outside? For no reason. So similarly, sometimes he is walking, sometimes he is standing, and Upavishan, sometimes he is sitting, Shayanaha, sometimes he is lying down, Va Anyatapi va, or any other posture or any other way he lives. So, Yada Ichaya Vased, Sada Munihi, so this Muni, may he live in any way he wants. Yada Ichaya, why? Already he is fulfilled. Atma Ramaha, he is ever reveling in his own self. So sometimes he may be found, roaming around, sometimes sitting somewhere under the shade of the tree. Under the tree, not the shade of the, under the shade of the tree. Under the tree. And sometimes chumma lying down. There is nothing to lose, nothing to gain for him. So let him yatha ichaya vased, as he pleases, let him live. He has found everything and he is fulfilled totally. He has nothing more to seek. Sometimes you see this Toppiyamma, na? People go behind her, Toppiyamma. Just she is walking sometimes, and sometimes she is eating something, throwing it out, sometimes sitting, not talking with anybody. Very strange only, see. See, she is not ordinary, something. Very strange only. We don't know what it is.
Why vomiting?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I have not seen that.
Always Swamiji there is vomiting.
Okay. I don't know about that. No, what I am trying to say, I do not know about her. Just, I don't know. But just trying to tell you.
She used to live next to my house, so I know. I am watching her, and every day people will be like waiting for her leftovers.
Oh.
Just jumping.
Okay, anyway, that is.
Just under that and putting on.
Okay. So, okay, that is fine. But the thing is here, he can live as he pleases. There is no sort of rules and regulations for him.
Yeah.
No vidhi nishedam. Even the Vedas cannot say he should live this way, that way. Because he has found his fulfillment inside.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, so they live their life as they pleases. If somebody wants to be in the world and do something good, they will be doing it. Somebody doesn't want to do anything, they will be remaining. As a moodavat tishtet, acharet. Chumma like fool he may be sitting. Because he has nothing to lose. He has gained everything. And his ahankara has gone once and for all. So he is not worried about others' comments. He doesn't want to become popular. Why? There is nobody there wanting to become popular. But this idea, wanting to become popular is deeply ingrained in us. I tell you. Wanting to become popular. So even Mahatmas do so many things. Mahatmas mean not real Mahatmas, I mean the sadhu sannyasis or the modern acharyas, they do so many things to gain popularity. That is Maya in a very, very subtle form, to gain popularity. So they have image makeup gurus. I am not joking at all. They have PR companies to build up their images and to present it beautifully in the world outside. They pay them in crores. They teach you how to stand, how to sit, how to talk, how to see, how to do Ashirvachanam. So இப்படி பார்க்கணும் இந்த ஒரு மாதிரி இந்த சைடில் ஆங்கிளில் they will teach you. You have to wear your shirt like this or your angavastram like this. Not dolabulanu இப்படி சும்மா கசங்கிலாம் கூடாது. Should be neat and always the mala should be perfect and your dhoti should be like this. So like that.
And how to eat with knife and fork.
That also. So, but the real Mahatmas, Chittam Boku, Sivam Boku, Andi Boku, Ade Boku. Meaning what? Once a Mahatma was walking, it seems, and the wind was blowing this side. So he just turned and walked away. Then they asked me, why were you turning and walking away? Why I walked first? In first place, why did I walk? Chumma. Then the wind was blowing, so he turned and walked away. Is it ideal to sort of follow or what? It's uninspiring. No, you cannot follow him that way. He is beyond. So for him, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Na pana, na kona. Am I right? Hindi? Okay, both. Okay, na kona, na pana.
And this is not, it's not mama tutu, it is tutu mama.
Okay, tutu mame. Okay. Na kona, na pana. Na? Okay. So yada ichchaya vase, let him live as he pleases. He is already fulfilled. Nadesha kala sanad digyamadi lakshadapeksha pratibadha vrittehe samsiddha tattvasya mahatmanosti svavedaneka niyamadhyavastha. Avastha or apeksha? Avastha? In some other texts is apeksha. Both reading are okay. Nadesha kala sanadhyamadi lakshadyapeksha pratibadha vrittehe samsiddha tattvasya mahatmanosti svavedaneka niyamadhyavastha. Apratibadha vrittehe. When all the thoughts have receded or has merged in the self, apratibadha baddhehe, meaning he was released from the bondage of thoughts. Such a Mahatma, for him, na desha, kala, asana, dig, yamadi, laksha, adi, apeksha. So for him, no desha, no place is holy or unholy. He can roam anywhere he wants. In Smashana also he will be roaming. In fact, he will be more comfortable in Smashana because nobody comes there. So this place is not a thing for him. Kala, nothing called as auspicious or inauspicious for him. No Yamaganda, Rahu Kala, nothing. For him, he is beyond time. So everything is auspicious for him. Asana, no, always he sits in Siddhasana. No, you see Bhagavan, most of the time, he was sitting like that only. No asana for him. Dig means what? Direction. Oh, you have to sit only facing these karma kandis. Pada paduthiruvang. No. They ask me, Swamiji, which side we have to prostrate? I also don't know. Yedo panni tolada enne vaala vidunu. Swamiji, please come this side. Why? No, we have to prostrate only in this direction. Are you prostrating to the direction or to me? Not to you also. So, whatever direction. But you know, some traditional people are very strict about all those things. Therefore, I don't go that side even. Because you feel very low, you know, when you go there. They say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. And all sorts of mudras they do, ding, 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 ding. I really don't know all those things. Even we feel, you know, very bad about it. Then they do all sorts of mudras.
In Ramanashram, they refused to give me pongal and I said just...
Yeah, left hand is banned.
That is banned, huh?
Banned. So, Lakshya, they don't know you are using tissue paper, they don't know that. Lakshya apeksha pratibadha vritte. Samsiddha tattvasya mahatmanaha asti swavedane. So meaning what? This Mahatma who has attained everything, he is living in his own self. So therefore, ka niyama adhya avastha, in that avastha, what is the niyama? What are the rules and regulations? What can you do to him? So nobody can tell him anything. You have to face only the east and sit. No. He will face the south, the direction of the yama. Why not? He will sit facing south. So all these niyamas, all these, you know, vidhi nisheda doesn't apply to him. He is beyond. That is the glory of this Mahatma who is reveling in his own self. For him there is no world. So which direction, what? Directions are all imagination in the space. Space itself is imagined by the mind. So for him no mind. So what can he do? So therefore he is free, totally. So we will see this verse again tomorrow. So we have completed 530. Another 50 more to go, 51 maybe. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.